Right, race one tonight here at for Bendigo Pacing Cup for Aldebaran Park and for Garrard's Horse and Hound, and we will be looking after the sponsors all night. Taken out by David Miles, the J A Mazzetti. I'll be in trouble if I don't look after Emmy as well. How am I going? I'm more sponsors than you, and you haven't even got a word in. Milesy, looked like diamonds. That was a good win.
Hi, Paul.
Hello. Good win, mate.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah, no, and you're right. The sponsors, Emmy Mazzetti's been stalwart of the industry for a long time, you know, all the guys that sponsor you, we can't do without it. But you know, we all feel terrible for Bendigo tonight. But at least we're racing, and there are other people that are a lot worse off in the last 24 to 48 hours than us. So we shouldn't be whinging. And we've got a race meeting, and you know, I just said to Beck, and you know, unfortunately they couldn't fit in anywhere else. But yeah, no, it's great to be on, and it's great to be winning the first.
It is indeed, and we'll touch on that. I did talk to Beck Morrissey. When they were driving up, they could see the smoke and everything like that. The way I came wasn't too bad today, but going home tonight, probably going to have to go home that other way because it's just windy, and it's just, yeah, so people up there getting on their high horse saying that the meeting should be at Bendigo, be aware, one person had to come down the call tonight with a horse, and that was us, and we've elected to scratch our horse, and that's it. Everyone else can go the Epilock way. Some people might say, oh yeah, but that way's better. That's fine, they're on that side of town, so just please be aware that we're lucky we are having a meeting, and you've taken it out. Now, let's go to the positive stuff. Looks like diamonds. I reckon she's a first race lover. She's won the first race a few times. We've done a couple of these interviews, the first race of the night. I think she likes being here early.
I don't know. I do. I don't remember that sort of stuff, Paulie. I'm just happy to win.
And she's tough. Yeah. Sits in the deaf. That's the other thing she does too. Yeah. You spoke there before with Ryan about the wind and gave great insight about the fact that the others have to be able to still close down. And when their legs are a little bit tired too, like that's the thing, you've got another lap or 1,200 metres, you've got another 1,100 metres, and then their legs are starting to tire to try and run out the distance. So it is an advantage, but if everyone keeps doing that tonight, you're going to be one of the ones sitting out the back having a swoop.
That's exactly right. You're spot on. It all comes down to tempo. Those guys did a fair bit of work. Calexico, Sweet Ideal, he's no Romeo, the first three up there. I got there without doing any work, admittedly going into the breeze, which was going to be a concern. And at the top of the straight, I thought, oh, you know, I've done too much. But the fact that she has got a heart the big of herself, and Chillaby Willow, you could have sworn it had me beat at the top of the lane, but when it hit the wind, it just knocked the wind out of its sails, for want of a better word, and it's very hard for horses to accelerate into the wind. So you've got to be on the speed, you've got to sort of lead or death seat without doing too much work, I think. Sprint lane's probably a good thing, but then again, once you cut back, that wind's very strong.
Go back and watch the replay, you haven't had a chance to watch it yet. My Ultimate Barney, I reckon Kate was a little bit like a kite when they came out. He didn't ping in a straight line. I think that's the strength of that wind, and he's a finisher. He's a horse noted for his fast finishes, and he just looked like he just couldn't get the run in his legs to be able to do it.
Well, it's no different to anybody or any car racing. You know, wind resistance is a key factor to all sports, whether you're harness racing, whether it's car racing, whether it's cycling. So you've got to be able to manage it, and luckily enough, my filly was strong enough to be able to manage sitting out there tonight.
Yeah, and the ballast, you didn't get pushed around in the wind as much.
No, exactly. Well, she was already in a straight line, and as I said, she used her effort into the wind, but on the bit in the slowest part of the race. So that's the key. It's all tempo related.
I think you missed my joke, but that's okay. Rocking with attitude.
Wasn't funny.
Rocking with attitude tonight in the Aldebaran Park. Mari Miles, terrific return to the racetrack. Been a long road to get her back. You excited to have her in the high quality race?
Oh, 100%. Just great to have her back. Her run first up was super. You know, she's probably still the end of the month before she's screwed right down. We decided to back her up in the small field, thinking that would be a good option rather than go to Shep next week over the long trip. So she'll have next week off regardless of what happens tonight. Unfortunately with scratchings, the race has fallen away a little bit, but when you're racing the Inter-Dominion winner and probably the filly that's regarded as the best trotter in Australia, you know, they're never easy, but we're happy to be going around.
I think your tactics should be okay enough to understand you're probably going to go back. What do you see happening off the front line? Well, the funny look in your eye, maybe you're not going to go back. What do you see happening off the front line with these horses, especially with a couple of scratchings now and changing it right up?
Well, Paulie, I always say I like to call audibles, to use an NFL term. I would say at the moment I'm 90% going back, but there is always that key. If Zahara gets on the gate and gets a bit funny and if she can get a bit steppy at times. The best run off the gate she ever had was at Menangle, but it was in a real straight line. RC Phoenix is, he's first up for a while. He trialled good Monday night, but I'm not sure Chris probably doesn't want to burn him off the arm tonight. But in saying that, if those two horses score up good, we've got to go back. But it's one of those things, you have to be flexible. You can get on the gate and two horses going a bit funny inside you. You can change your mind, and we do know that our filly's good enough to use gate speed and still finish off. On paper it looks like Zahara finds the front, RC Phoenix outsider, I'm Bobby 1-1, and I'm either 3 back the outside or 3 the fence, depending on how quick they go early.
See how this plans out later on. You might be able to watch this back and say, have a look how good I was, and go from there. If you're a quarterback, who would you be? You say about audibles, obviously you're right into it. So who do we follow, and who would you be? And if you say Mahomes, you've got no imagination at all.
No. I was always actually a Drew Brees fan. He was very good. And probably I watched a documentary on him and said how he used to think on his feet. He was amazing. And those sports people, they're mentally elite. They really are. Those guys, to be quarterbacks, what they have to go through, they could be doctors, they could be lawyers, they could be anything, because they're so mentally switched on. And I've always said horses mightn't run for me like they did for a Gavin or a James Herbertson or a Shugs, who horses used to run from. But tactically, I can keep up with anybody. So I've got to be tactically smarter than those boys that the horses run for.
I was thinking you're more like a Captain Kirk, that a bit more dry and straight lined, no imagination about you, is where I was thinking you were going with that.
If you want me to light up your imagination, you'll have to change the rating on this show.
Milesy, thank you. Suck it in a bit more, mate, and you'll be all good.
It's killing me. I'm getting a sore back.
See you, mate.
Cheers.
I reckon the buttons are shrunk on this shirt here.
Yeah.